Yo, 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 this is Dorky Diggity Dave, and today we're talking about autumn games and hidden variables, Skullgirls Mobile. Welcome back, guys. We are talking about Skullgirls Mobile. I know you've seen me streaming it a few times, and I do actually really like this game, and I'm going to go through a few reasons why. But first off, I went and I reached out to them, and they reached out back, and so they are sponsoring my streams, and they're sponsoring the video because I really want you guys to know how good of a game it is, because I was excited. I was like, guys, I need to show everyone what this game is because it is awesome. So why do I think so? Go ahead and run that. So, Skullgirls. What we're talking about here is one truly amazing game. You've got hand-drawn fighters and backgrounds that have a pretty classic but modern feel, and you notice this right away, right when you start playing the game. It just feels different and looks fantastic. Now, controls are fluid and it's pretty easy to learn, and the combat system is actually pretty deep and pretty fun once you've learned how to play. Now, there is no real one greatest champion, although there are some that, the community thinks is better than others, but that's really just a use case where depending on your playstyle and what you find most important. Now, the important thing here is that all content in the game can be completed by every fighter in the game. It's a matter of learning how to use them properly, using the right rarity, and playing with strategy. And that really brings a sense of satisfaction and achievement. Now, one of the pretty amazing things is that the combos are so customizable and challenging to pull off high hit, high damage, and utterly devastating combos that it just gives you this sense of achievement that you just have to experience to understand. Now, when you get this game, there's a couple of important milestones. One is getting your account to level 8, because at level 8, that's where you unlock the ability to join into prize fights, which is basically like an arena type system. And that is a pretty awesome part of the game, because not only do you progress your characters through playing the actual story mode, but while you're playing in the arena, that same experience, there also levels up your characters. So there's always something to do and there's always a way for you to level up your character. So let's talk about levels for a second. When you start the game, there are two types of levels here. There's player level and then there's the fighter level. Now, the player level is you as an individual, where your account is, and this is pretty much when you unlock prize fights at level 8. So that is one important milestone. Now, as a player, each individual fighter that you're using has their own specific level, and at the right level, that's when you're able to unlock evolving, which is actually pretty cool because you can take a lower rarity and upgrade them or evolve them to the next rarity. Now, you should be careful about this though, because it's all about strategy. You don't want to take a bronze and move them to silver if you don't have another backup bronze. Because if you're playing through the game, there are certain levels that require bronze only, which is part of the beauty of the game. It doesn't matter who you have, they're always useful. Now, one very major and pretty awesome part of this game is the actual customization. When you go into the skill tree is for every single fighter in the game, and each one is unique. Although they do follow the same track, it is unique for each one of the champions. Now, you can unlock greater attack damage, greater health, more complex combos, which means more damage potential, more move slots, and all kinds of things. Now, the other thing is to operate the skill tree, you need skill points, and skill points are available not only through actual events, but you can get them through leveling up your characters, and that is a whole other strategy on its own. Now, your specials can be customized, as some moves work really well with other champions, and depending on what kind of team you build, you can really take advantage of some truly devastating combos and synergy systems. Now, specials can also be upgraded and switched around between all of the variants of each character, like all the pain wheels, for example. So I can choose a bronze Rusty, and I can go right into my moveset and equip a gold move if I wanted to. and this level of interchangeability becomes really fun, and it becomes a very strategic aspect of the game. Skullgirls has a lot of replay potential through varying difficulties in the game, and depending on your roster and how you upgrade and level up your fighters, you can then go back and redo some of the different levels in the game. And now each one of those boards has a basic, advanced, and expert level, so you can go back as you start to upgrade your fighters and get a better and better roster. Now let's talk about the in-game currency, and this one is called Theonite, and there is like an abundance of in-game currency all over the place. You can get it through daily events, you can get it through daily missions, and just through playing the story mode and the different acts that they have. There is a lot of Theonite to be had there, and you'll see that your Theonite stretches for your dollar if you happen to buy it, of course. Let's say, for example, you pick up one of the Theonite packages and you go for a featured. You'll see that a featured pack of 10, which also gives you a bonus, is not going to kill your entire purchase, especially if you're buying the high-end one. That's $99 for 7,000 Theonite. You can pretty much go for a featured fighter with the 10+1 multiple times, about 4 times. It's relatively a good chance, and you also have an increased chance on that +1 if you get that 10 pack. Now, the more impressive thing is, if you really want to see what your chances are, they actually have them listed. You can see what your chances are for each one of these relics if you plan on spinning. Now, if you don't plan on spinning, you can give it a whirl by challenging the rest of the community in the prize fights, but it's not as much grinding as you would think. Now, probably one of my favorite aspects of this game is the training level. This is something that is missing from a lot of games, and this allows you to really go in and test your combos, test your character. If you do a certain upgrade or you unlock a certain level of juggle or unlock extra hits in your combo, you can take it right to the training room and test this out and get a really good feel on your fighter without having to use your energy or any of the other in-game resources that you may want to keep for other things like actually questing or jumping into prize fights. Now, one thing I did find interesting about the game is that you can't just buy your way through victory. You have to be able to defeat whatever challenge is in front of you with your team or solo or however that fight is set up. You can't just buy your way through it. If you don't have the skill to complete it, you're not gonna do it. Once again, this is Dorky Diggity Dave. You just saw all the reasons, well, not all the reasons, but a good amount of reasons as to why I like Skullgirls so much and why I play it. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Also, go ahead and check in the description. There's gonna be a few links so you can check it out in the App Store or in the Google Play Store. But really, all you have to do is look up Skullgirls. You should be able to find it, no problem. So let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you download it? Are you going to download it? Have you been playing it for a while already? And is there something that you would like me to cover in the game? So, as usual, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share with your friends, share with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.